Folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the New Orleans Saints. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The NFL's second leading rusher in 2022. Here's Derrick Henry.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Minshew. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
A first down carry for Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple.
A toss right to Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Here comes the Saints punter now.
And deep to return it is Marcus Jones.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Titan football.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Burrow now off the bootleg. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, for the Titans in 2023, they figure to be a team that battles for a division title. At least that's what it looks like from my vantage point, Charles. What do you think needs to go right for them to win the AFC South?
I think some retooling, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And when you start with the offensive line, their pride and joy, they've got to rebuild that part of the team because that's the engine that makes their offense run. Everything comes off the fact that their offensive line usually controls the line of scrimmage.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Now Burrow.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Fielded at the 20.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
There he goes, left side. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB. They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight, planted their feet, and forced the incompletion on first down.
Now Burrow to throw on second down.
Ball delivered complete on the crossing route Gallup.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Titans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Darnay Holmes now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Minshew sets to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Spears. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Right back to Spears.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down, Burrow.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown.
Joe Burrow
scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will be our first chance in the new season to see the new fair catch rule for 2023. And this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
This is Smith with a grab. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Burrow. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Devontae Smith.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Titans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Holmes returning from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd down, here's Henry. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw it, Minshew.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Justin Jefferson.
59 yards.
And the Saints are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now Spears to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Burrow's throw pulled in by Tolbert.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now it's Burrow. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Hand off to Spears. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. That one's taken in by Spears.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Spears diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Boswell for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. Touchdown, New Orleans. Derrick Henry, 48 yards.
And the Saints are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Now it's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And here's a give to Spears.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And Spears with another carry. And able to get this to the 31.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Burrow will throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Wilson with a 1st down carry.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Here's Spears on 2nd down.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And he is out of bounds here. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What say you?
I support whatever they do. Let's find out.
Look at you, man of the people.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Devontae Smith with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Titans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And this will wind up a Saints 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here's Minshew. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Minshew, 1st and 10.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Minshew. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Titans are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And now a run with Spears.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
How about this?
And he gets this one down to the 24.
121 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll run with Spears.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most